While this isn't the subject I believed would be the focus of my first video, however, given the recent events that have come to light in the past week and the ripple effect it's having throughout the gaming industry, it's not something I could ignore. In fact, it's something I really needed to talk about. First, a small snippet into my background, just to explain how I feel about the present issue regarding the developers at Activision Blizzard. I have loved ones who have been affected by sexual violence and sexual harassment, so the allegations presented against the company have hit home quite hard, and it'll be difficult for me not to remain objective. With that said, Activision Blizzard have long ceased being a premier game developer. I'm not talking about the actual video games that the devs toil over, and toil is the right word as the compensation they receive is minimal at best, and given the history of developer mistreatment. No, a video game company, or any company for that matter, is more than the product it produces or supplies. You only have to have a look at Amazon. Its mistreatment of staff is widespread and extreme. Amazon is not a good company. Neither is Activision Blizzard. The manner in which they treat their developers, the manner in which they handle PR issues, and not least, the vile method that Bobby Kotick receives his bonuses, the old less employees equals more profit and more money for Bobby method. The recent reporting of sexual harassment allegations within the organization has firmly shattered the illusion in even the most diehard fans. I'm hoping that this is finally a wake-up call that the entire industry needs, given the issues within Ubisoft and fuck knows what else is happening behind closed doors of the other major players. A once proud but now corrupt company has finally been exposed to the wider world, with news outlets such as the BBC and the ABC here in Australia picking up the story. This has gone from being simply contained within the video game industry where it could easily be deleted. All too often we see this. All too often we see major scandals erupt within the industry, only for the players to simply forget and move on. Companies know this too, and bank on it. They go through the motion of issuing an apology, stating they support X cause, and then roll over and go back to sleep. This time is different. This has now entered the public domain. Look, this video isn't designed to reiterate the details of the lawsuit, and I'm not even attempting to brush over them, as many bigger and better YouTubers / media outlets have covered the topic in a far more detailed manner than I ever could really. But this is somewhat more of an outlet for me to express my frustration at a company that has the means to pave the way for other larger video game companies. Activision Blizzard have the perfect opportunity to change the way big companies treat their staff, something that the video game industry needs to do, but instead it bears the crown for being perhaps the most disgusting cesspool of filth in an industry I really love. We as video gamers should be looking to the developers who make the games we love. These developers in particular are standing up to the overlords at Activision Blizzard, who, as of the 29th of July, walked out and marched in protest not only over the abuse that their fellow devs have suffered, but also over the ludicrous responses issued by the higher-ups within, who, without trivializing the issue, did nothing more than literally pour salt on the wound, and it's only led to further stoke the fire that's already well and truly lit underneath this garbage pile of a company. Many big YouTubers who usually produce World of Warcraft content have decided to quit covering the game to show solidarity to the developers, and now with half of the WoW population also logging off in protest over Activision Blizzard, this is a firm message that might actually get through to these fucking dickheads. Every now and again, fans from all over the video game industry come together to stand against the evils that dwell within the largest of companies, and it's a good sight to see, but also disheartening, as the loss of a life was needed for this to take place. Overwatch, WoW, and Diablo have all been a part of not only video game history, with children all over the globe growing up with the titles, but many a career have been built upon these games. So what I'm about to say is no slight to any of those individuals. However, the message needs to be sent louder and clearer than ever before. We will not stand for this behavior, nor allow it to happen again. The only way to do that is to hit them where it hurts, and that's the wallet. And for them to feel that, They need to stop making money from these games. People are walking out from WoW, and that's an amazing place to start, but ultimately it's a drop in the ocean for these guys. If we really want to send a message to Activision Blizzard, then boycotting their titles, such as Overwatch and Diablo, needs to take place. They need to really understand how horrible and how corrupt they really are, and how much we do not want them to get away with this. The unfortunate end to this tale, and I hate to sound pessimistic, but despite the current storm that Activision Blizzard is caught in, and despite the plunging of their stock, the company will more than likely survive. The stock will rise to potentially new heights, and all be forgiven and forgotten in the new year. And what I mean by survive isn't that the company would fall, but rather the people in charge at the moment will be there. They will stay, and ultimately the higher-ups will not change. They say they will, but we know they won't. Below I have linked both articles I mentioned in the video. If you want to have a gander at them and have a look at what an outside perspective thinks of this matter. As a final note, if anyone out there you know of has suffered or is suffering due to the subject matter relayed in this video, I've linked below the number for Lifeline. It's a free service available here in Australia to help people deal with their mental health issues. I won't say if you enjoyed this video, but thank you for watching. Please look after each other out there. We'll see you later.